Good morning. Good morning over here. Good morning over here on Insta. Good morning over here on Facebook and YouTube. She says, fingers crossed we can actually stream everywhere this morning and share this message, this intention that we have to help more people to let go of or shift whatever it is that's standing in their way. 2020 has been, let's say, pretty monumental for all of us, and I don't think ever in the history of humankind have so many people been on this planet and so many people been on this planet in a straight state of distress, or as we're going to be focusing on today, depression. So just if you are here, I'm just making sure that we are here and we're streaming there and I'm fingers crossed it's actually going to work everywhere today. So if you are here, please just give us a big hello. But today we're going to be working on the emotion that seems to have increased the most this year, the feeling of depression, or sometimes people talk about it as having depression or having anxiety, but I want to show you how to get rid of depression, because all of it, everything we're working on over these weeks together, it is all just energy. All of it is just energy. Now, I say that in no way to diminish anybody's experience of whatever they're feeling, what they've got going on, but we use the word depression. Many people feel depressed in their energy without actually having the medical diagnostic terminology or condition known as depression. Now, depression is actually an energy state. So if we step out of the world of Western medicine for a moment, I want to talk to you about your energy field and just give you a different perspective on what is actually happening, or what we see is happening when someone's experiencing depression. So this is going to be a tiny side teach, and then we'll come back to do the 5 steps of EAM together. So your body is an electromagnetic energy field. Please watch some of the other videos we have around the 3 flows of energy, how powerful your electromagnetic energy field or your aura actually is, to understand a little bit more about this. But you are literally a battery. And through the center of you, we have something that's called your funnel. And imagine your funnel is your power source. It's like, imagine you've got water running through the middle of it, and your power source could have a flow that's like that wide, and there's not a lot of energy running through it, and you can barely get yourself out of bed in the morning. Or your power source can have a flow running through it. If you're a battery or a river, essentially, your flow could be this big, or as wide as your house. Now, what we experience energetically as those feelings of depression is energetically low flow. Your flow capacity is like this. So you have no energy. You don't want to get up. You don't have any drive. It is also, if any of you have heard of your chakras, we also have different energy centers that run through the core of us. There are actually thousands of chakras, but the ones that most people talk about are the 7 main chakras that we have throughout our body. And usually the experience of depression is when our heart has shut down. Now, any of you who've seen any of me talk about anything for a long time, the heart is literally one of my favorite places, because our heart is unbelievably powerful. Our heart is actually, and been shown scientifically as well, our heart is actually the decision maker. Our heart is actually the ruler of our entire energy system, and it also rules what happens in our physiology. We've all been taught that it's our brain that rules our body, but actually what they've shown now through neuroscience is that our heart is sending signals into our brain before our brain has the opportunity to respond. Now, for me, that's unbelievably powerful, because our heart is the core, it's the center, everything is run from this space. So when our heart has shut down, because we've usually experienced something in life, or we're seeing something going on outside of us that we didn't like, or it hurt us, we close ourselves down, we shut ourselves off, and it literally affects every single other area of your life. You don't want to connect with people, you don't want to connect with yourself, the rest of your body doesn't really know what to do, because your heart is what should be governing and ruling everything else that happens. And if your heart has stopped talking to everybody, the rest of the system begins to go into shutdown. So I know that there will be people listening to this who have been diagnosed with depression, or are experiencing depression, or might even be on medication for depression. And by all means, I absolutely have to say this, continue with the medication that you're on. And you can also use EAM to do the work on your energy system to support your body in healing itself and coming back to its natural state, so that you can get to the point, along with your medical professional, to then start weaning off the medication if you feel it's good for you. If you start working on what's happening in your energy field first, we can start to see changes. We've seen many changes with people in their experience of depression, because their energy system is starting to do what it should be doing best. Now, I'm going to put a disclaimer on this. I am not making any medical suggestions. I am not saying that anyone should or shouldn't be coming on or off medication. I'm just sharing experiences that we've had with thousands of people who've used EAM throughout their journey. Now, for those of you who have no idea who I am, my name is Yvette Taylor. I'm the creator of EAM, the Energy Alignment Method. And along with Lisa Hammond, who's the co-founder, we've been on a mission these last 6 years to share this with as many people around the world. And that is part of the mission that we're on over this next month with Fear to Love Live, to take this out there to as many people as possible. And right now, particularly with this subject today, please, 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 there are so many people in unnecessary pain right now, experiencing depression because of the detrimental effects of this lockdown. It has impacted so many people's mental health, our children, our elderly, us, I'm talking about us, those that are somewhere in between. It's had a negative impact for people in so many areas. So whether they're parents or children, or got mental health issues, or any number of things, so many people are experiencing the effects of this now. So with all of that said, I want us to step into actually doing the work. I've promised I'm going to keep these lives as short as possible so that you've got time to do them. I'm desperate to teach you so much more because there is so much more to share about EAM and about how it works and how your body works and how your energy system works and how powerful you are. And I could talk for hours and hours and hours on end. And I'm going to make sure that I try and keep these lives shorter, but there will be other videos coming out because I just can't help myself. So I know it can be easy to think, how can these 5 little steps work for me? But I really, really invite you to try it for yourself, or find the video that I did last night, which is all about the actual science of stress and the impact that stress, or the incoherent or out of flow state, actually has on a mental, physical and emotional level, and the proven benefits of being in flow. And that's exactly what EAM helps you to do. So that's what we're going to be working on today, is letting go of those low energy emotions and helping you use this powerful self-help tool for depression. Today, that's what we're focused on. So there are 5 steps to the process. And I know whenever we start sharing this with people, people come up with lots of different questions. There is also a link to another video where I spend much more time teaching you the 5 steps and how they work and the different ways to put it into practice. So I'm going to walk you through all of the 5 steps, but steps 1 and 2 you don't always need, but I want to show you them for completeness. So step 1, we're going to ask your body a question. We're going to ask your subconscious a question. And today that question is, do I hold any feelings of depression? Step 2, your body is going to respond. And when I say it responds, it will usually give you a sway. You might notice that your body will start to move forwards, or it might move backwards, or you might go around in circles, or you might go side to side. The ones that we're looking for are usually a clear sway forwards or a quick clear sway back. The ones that go side to side, etc., are ones that I would have to do in another training video, otherwise I'll be here another hour just teaching you those pieces. But just trust the process and follow along with what I'm doing. Step 3, there are different ways to do step 3, but we call this you experience. Step 3 is about understanding how it's affecting you right now, whatever the question is, whatever the feeling is. And today I'm going to ask you to check in with how that feels in your body. What does depression feel like? How are you noticing it in your energy? Then step 4, which is the transformation statement, which I'll lead you through and try to do much more slowly for you. And then step 5 is where we get to reprogram our energy. We get to create a new choice, thought, feeling, belief, or emotion. I will guide you through all of the steps. So, close your eyes for me, and I want you to stand with your feet hips width apart. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath. If you can't stand, please feel free to sit on the edge of your chair. And just make sure that you've got the ability to move. And I just want you to ask, and you can vary the question so that it works for you. Do I have or do I hold any feelings or emotions of depression? Do I have or do I hold any feelings or emotions of depression? And your body's going to respond. Step 2, your body's going to respond. You might have a yes forward, or you might notice your body goes back. And then step 3. Okay, so step 3, like I said, there are other ways to do step 3. For those of you who don't feel this, there is a way to do this using numbers. So you can actually ask your body how many times or how many imprints or how many repetitions of that particular emotion are you storing in your energy. So if you need to use that process, watch one of the other videos, and you can always follow along these videos and do it that way as well. So I just want you to pay attention inside your body and just check in. When you think of this feeling of depression, where do you notice it in your energy, if anywhere? And if you don't notice it anywhere, that's also absolutely fine. Don't worry, we can still do step 4. But perhaps it's like heaviness in your solar plexus or in your tummy. Perhaps it might be heaviness around your legs or your knees. It might be around your ankles. Could be down your back. Might not be heaviness, it might be darkness. Might feel like your shoulders are weighing down. Might feel like your heart has imploded or you can't really breathe. It might be heaviness on your chest. Everybody experiences this in different ways, and all it is the changes in your energy field. That's all we're looking at. And just using our words to describe what's happening. Our body is giving us these signals all the time. The reason that I teach the what's happening in your energy field version when we're doing this as a group is because our body is doing this all the time, and most of the time we've stopped paying attention to the signals our energy system is trying to give us. So step 3, what does it feel like? What size is it? What color is it? What shape is it? It might be a hard, heavy weight on your chest. And then step 4 is where we get to transform. So I'm going to repeat a statement out loud 3 times, and I want you to fill in the blank with what you just found at step 3. So if you found a hard, heavy weight on your chest, you would say, I'm ready to release this hard, heavy weight on my chest. When I think of the feelings of depression, I release this from my energy in all forms, on all levels, at all points in time. So I'm going to lead you through that. So just close your eyes, put your hands by your side, take a nice deep breath, and repeat after me. I am ready to release this and then describe what you found at step 3. Heaviness, feeling, tightness. If you didn't find anything, that's fine. Feelings of depression, held in my energy. I release this from my energy in all forms, on all levels, at all points in time. I am ready to release these feelings of depression, or this heaviness in my chest, or the depressed heavy feeling in my chest, whatever it feels like for you. I release this from my energy in all forms, on all levels, at all points in time. One more time. I am ready to release these feelings of depression that I hold in my chest or my back or my legs, wherever it is. I release these feelings of depression from my energy. I release it in all forms, on all levels, at all points in time. Nice deep breath in and out. Okay, so usually with step 4, you might find that you have to repeat that cycle of 3 a couple of times, just because this is such a heavy emotion. I am going to lead you through step 4 again. So we're just going to do this collectively again together. So just repeat again after me. I am ready to release these feelings of depression. I am holding in my energy. I release the experience of depression from myself and all others around me. I release depression from the connected energy of our communities. I release this from my energy in all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time. I am ready to release these feelings of depression in my energy. I release it from my consciousness and the energy of our connected community. I release the energy of depression from everyone on the planet. I release this from my energy in all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And you'll notice that we connected into using this for other people as well, just sending our intentions out for everyone else who is needing this but not yet listening in to these videos. So now we've done the release. Hopefully you're starting to feel the shifts. You might notice that your body's moving as you're doing this. It's very, very, very common. So then we move on to step 5, which is where we get to choose to experience or manifest. We get to reprogram our energy and ask for something different. In the same way that every word, conversation, experience programs our subconscious, we've just deprogrammed it, removed those experiences that we didn't want with step 4, and now with step 5 we get to choose what we want to experience instead. So step 5, just invite you to stand again with your feet hip width apart. The best way to do this is to really make sure that you're stood up tall. Imagine that you've got a line or cable up above your head. And that's going down all the way down the back of your spine, down through your legs into the ground, just earthing and grounding and supporting you. And then I want you to stand with your hands up above your head with your palms facing up and repeat after me. I am ready to allow myself to be cheerful, loving, open, strong, inspiring, and light. I allow all of this into my energy, into my life, into my experience. I allow this in all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time. I am ready to allow myself to be cheerful, open, loving, strong, and light, knowing that there is everything to live for. I am always loved. Life is abundant, and through my eyes, I choose to see this. I allow all of this into my energy, into my life, into my experience. I allow this in all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time. I am ready to allow myself to be a walking beacon of light, to shine hope, cheerfulness, love, strength, and light, to allow myself to open and connect. I know that there is everything to live for. I am always loved. Life is abundant, and through my eyes, I can choose to see this. I allow all of this into my energy, into my life, and my experience. I allow this in all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time. Nice deep breath. And slowly bringing your arms down by your side. You might have noticed your body really swaying forwards when you were doing that. It's really, really common. Please let me know underneath the video what you felt or experienced with all of that. Just remember, you can tap into this all day, every day. Use the 5 steps whenever you find yourself feeling out of flow, feeling out of alignment, angry, upset, wound up, peed off, frustrated with what you're seeing on the news, screaming at the TV, listening to other people talk about things really negatively, catching yourself when you feel negative or down, or if you're feeling depressed. Remember, everything is energy, and when we truly live our life in that way and recognize what science is also showing, this isn't just some spiritual esoteric principle. Everything is energy. Science validates everything that spiritual practices have been talking about for the last however many thousands of years. It's just not as common knowledge as it should be yet. Please remember, everything is energy. And when you live your life from that perspective, that is where the true power lies. That's when, once again, you take back your power. You know what's right for you. You can make your decisions. You can choose how you think, how you feel, what you experience, and what you see. And it all comes from knowing and understanding your energy. The 5 steps of EAM are always there to support and guide you. You can use them all day, every day, and we will continue to be here with you through Fear to Love Live. Please help us share this message. There are millions of people out there right now in desperate need of love and support, and to remember the power and the strength that they have inside. And we need you to help share this message with all of those people. So think of the groups you're in, send it out on WhatsApp, send it via Messenger, share it on your pages, wherever you're tuning into this. Just know that there is someone out there who needs to hear this today. And the more of us that get out there and share this far and wide, the quicker we can actually help change the planet. So for today, sending you love, Thank you for tuning in, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. We are absolutely loving sharing this with thousands and thousands and thousands of you who are tuning in to do this with us. So let's just keep the ripples rolling. Love, 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 love. For now, see you soon.